Okay, good morning. Shall we start? Am I audible? So, am I audible? Hello? Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, in the last class, we were discussing about a problem on Thiessen polygon method. So, here you have a semicircle of diameter 20 kilometers and you have an equilateral triangle of side 20 kilometers. And here you have 5 stations A, B, C, D, and this is the origin of the coordinate axis. So these are the corresponding distances of individual stations from the coordinate axis, and we are required. And here we have to calculate the influential area. So for station A, so this becomes the influential area, and for station D, this becomes the influential area, and station C, this becomes the influential area, and station B, this becomes the influential area, and you have a station E, so this whole becomes the influential area. So we have to use the Thiessen polygon method to solve this problem. So now here you have the solution, the same problem, a semicircle of 20 kilometers diameter. So first you have to calculate the area of the basin shown in figure with the location of Rhine gauge stations. You have 5 Rhine gauge stations. Now the area of the basin is equal to area of the semicircle plus obviously the area of the equilateral triangle. So you know the diameter, so you can calculate the area of the semicircle and also the area of the triangle. So the height of the triangle also you can get, and thereby you can calculate the area of the triangle. Either you can use this formula or half into base into h sine 60. So that formula also you can use, and we can find out the height. So thereby you will get the area of the triangle. So both these that is area of the circle and area of triangle will become the total area of the basin. Now, so it can be seen from the Thiessen polygon constructed for the Rhine gauge stations. The polygon station is a square of side, that is 10 kilometer by 10 kilometer. So here it is in this problem, this hole is 10 kilometer, 10 kilometer, 10 kilometer, 10 kilometer, because you can see the coordinate distances. So now this whole area is, that is the 100 kilometer square. So we know the area of this inner square part, that is works out to be half of this, that is 50 kilometer square. Now you can see here it is 50 kilometer square. Now area of the polygon for station A and B are equal, and it is given by, you can see, so these are identical, A and B, so which is given by half the area of the semicircle minus 1/4 area of the square. So that will give you, so that means A1 and A2, that is station A and station B are same. So it is 66.04 kilometers square. Now similarly, again area of the polygon C, station C and D are equal, and it is given by the same formula. It works out to be 71.4 kilometers square. Now the average depth of rainfall that we need, the P mean is given by the formula, that is corresponding Rhine gauge station, PA into AA, PB into AB, so like that. So divided by the total area, so we'll give you the average depth of precipitation. So that is the solution of this given problem. And next, one more problem we shall. Now here, so could you please mute yourself? So now you have one more problem on Thiessen polygon method. So Thiessen polygons constructed for a network of 10 Rhine gauges in a river basin yielded Thiessen weights. So as we discussed in the previous class, so for each station there is a weighing factor in case of Thiessen polygon method, whereas in the arithmetic average method you don't have this weighing factor. So these are the Thiessen weights are weighing factors for these 10 number of stations, that is 0.10, 0.16, 0.12. We have 10 stations. So if the rainfall recorded at these rain gauge stations during a cyclonic storm, so Junaid Khan, so now these are the corresponding rainfall values for all these stations. So now determine the average depth of rainfall by Thiessen polygon method and also the arithmetic mean method, and also determine the volume of surface runoff at the basin outlet if 35% of the rainfall is lost as infiltration. So only after infiltration the remaining water flows over the land. So we have to estimate the volume of surface runoff that comes out of the catchment area. Take the area of the basin as 5,800 kilometers square and express your answer in million cubic meters. So these types of problems will also be asked in the examination. Now here directly the Thiessen weights are given for all these 10 number of rain gauge stations. So first you calculate the arithmetic mean. So let us first solve this problem by arithmetic mean method. So you find the sum of all these rainfall amounts that divided by the total number of stations. That will give you the average depth of precipitation as 152 millimeter. So now let us compare the results of these two. Correct? By Thiessen polygon method, the average depth of rainfall is given by P sigma. So these are the weighing factors for each these stations, and these are the rainfall amounts at that particular station. So thereby you can calculate the average depth of rainfall. So it is 149.08 millimeters square. So here the value may be lesser than the arithmetic average method, but the degree of accuracy is more in case of Thiessen polygon method when compared with the arithmetic average method. So these types of problems can also be asked. So now we have discussed the how to calculate the average depth of rainfall by the arithmetic average method and the Thiessen polygon method. So next we shall discuss one more method by which you can calculate the average depth of rainfall. So that is by isohydral method. So now you can see here. So all the stations. So you have these are the stations. You can see these are the stations, number of stations you have, and you plot these stations on a base map. So what we have to do is we have to plot these stations on the base map, and these are the corresponding rainfall amounts at this particular station. Whatever the circle, inside that circle you can see an into mark. So they refer to the individual stations, and the numbers indicate the amounts of rainfall at this particular station. Now what we have to do is similar in the case of Thiessen polygon method. All these stations are plotted on a base map, and we can draw the isoheads, common isoheads like 50, 40, 30. So these isoheads are nothing but the lines which joins the points having equal rainfall. So you can construct these isoheads on the base map. Now here, this is one isohead and this is one isohead. And here in between these two isoheads, you have two rain gauge stations. So these two rain gauge stations are influenced by the area between these two isoheads, the area between these two isoheads. So similarly, in between these two isoheads, these are the lines which indicates the isoheads. And in between these two also you have nearly two stations. So this whole area becomes the influential area. For this rain gauge station, this becomes the influential area. And for this, the remotest, the rain gauge station, this becomes the influential area. So by doing this, we can calculate the average depth of rainfall. So now let us work out a numerical problem. So let us discuss a numerical problem on isohedral method. So isoheads are basically nothing but it is the line which joins the points having the same amounts of rainfall. So now here you have a problem. The isoheads of 30, 40, 50 millimeter rainfalls are drawn on the catchment area map and are as shown in figure. The area between the successive isoheads. So here the area between the two isoheads are measured, So this can be measured by using a planimeter. So when you plot these data on a graph, so by using the planimeter, you have an instrument in surveying, planimeter, so by which you can also calculate the area between the successive isoheads, or you can also calculate the number of square units in between those two isoheads by simple graph. So you can roughly estimate the area between the successive isoheads are measured, tabulated, and to facilitate the determination of average depth of rainfall by the isoheightal method. Now here, the isoheightal values are given. So these are the isoheights. One is less than 30, that between 20 and 30. The other one is the 30, 40, 50, and the enclosed area are given here in between the isoheights, that is 14 kilometers square, 103, 199, 200. So similarly, the net area is you have the net area in kilometers square also given, and the average rainfall for all these individual stations are given. So rainfall volume in kilometer square millimeter, you have to calculate. So now here, these are the isoheightal values are given and areas are given. So now the average depth of rainfall. So average depth of rainfall is nothing but the sum of the rainfall volume in kilometer square millimeter, that divided by the value, that is 200. 200 is the enclosed area. So thereby you'll get the average depth of rainfall as 40.69 millimeters. So now you have to calculate the volume of runoff that comes out of the catchment area after deducting the infiltration losses. So it works out to be 8138 kilometers square. So that is the net area. So it is in here, it is 8138 kilometers square millimeter. So you can express it as 81.38 into 10 power 5 million meter cube. So these are the problems on isoheightal method. So generally in examination, you will be having problems mostly on the Thiessen polygon method or arithmetic average method. So once in a time they may ask the problems on isoheightal method. Here the areas will be given, the amounts of rainfall will be given. So only thing is you need to calculate the volume of runoff. So when you compare all these three methods, the isoheightal method is more precise, more accurate than the other two methods. Okay, so now